Hi everyone, this is just an update as far as the draft of chapter number 1. I know that we've met and we've talked in detail about your chapter number 1, and I just want to go over the rubric because you will receive a grade on your draft from me as you turn it in. So we want to make sure that all the components are in place and that they're structured in a way that is setting the stage for your success in your project. So with that being said, we'll go through the rubric very quickly and just keep the rubric at your side as you're doing your final reviews of your draft, and make sure that you have all of the corrections made that were recommended to you from 720. That's a good foundation to start from. And then as we've had our conversations, what needs to be added and what needs to be revised. So it's giving you your number 1, just to reiterate, needs to be the foundation for how you're going to structure your actual project. So we need to know what the evidence says about your practice issue or improvement that you're seeking to work on as your project. So in chapter 1, we're looking at those key factors as far as the background and the significance of the issue. So we're also wanting to look at your PICO with a T question, and this needs to be very clearly delineated, as well as the evidence-based review of the literature. And just remember that this is where you're getting the information that will structure your project. We'll also need information about your theoretical framework, your models that you're using. There may be more than one, and just make sure that you go to the original author of either the theory or the model so that you have that baseline. So it's not an interpretation of that particular model or theory, but you can and you should look into what does the evidence say as the theory or model has evolved, and how does it apply to your particular problem, practice problem, or improvement that you're focusing on. And also, just very briefly, bring everything together. What does all this mean? How are you bringing everything together to start to actually structure your project? So you're going to bring everything together at the end of chapter 1, kind of as a summary of what you found and what are the indicators, the themes that you found in your evidence-based literature review, as well as how that ticks and ties with the theory, model, or a combination of both that you're using. So just remember that we want to use the template. Make sure that your title page is intact. We want to start an executive summary, and just remember that this is the aerial view, so to speak, of your of the information that you have so far, and you will be building this along the way. Always remember, this is a living, breathing document, and it will evolve over time. So you want to start your table of contents, go into the background. So you'll want to make sure that you follow this rubric step by step, and just know that I will have recommendations. But again, be very focused on that it flows well, and that you have the information that you need to actually focus on your project. Too often we have students who put the cart before the horse and say, this is my project and now I'm going to find the evidence to support it, when in actuality we need to know what the strongest evidence actually entails so that we can structure your project based on the strongest evidence. Thus we have the evidence-based project. So just follow the rubric as you complete your draft, and just know that it will continue to evolve. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Make sure you have that APA manual at your side as you're doing your writing. Make sure that you double check things. You may want to share with another member of your cohort or ask them to take a look at it. Read it out loud to make sure that it makes sense. But I'm just giving you some tricks and tools to help you to make sure that you're successful. So just make sure that you get the draft to me when it's due. And I look forward to reading your projects and watching them blossom as we move forward. Take care now. Bye-bye.